Congratulations to Philly. They did very well dealing with the adversity, the heat, 10 men. Played very disciplined. They limited our chances. Our goalkeeper had a great game. I look at our team and I'm just proud of the guys. This one's a tough one because this is one of our goals that we really felt that we could win. And having the sort of path that we did to be able to play at home against Philly, and regardless of the time and the sort of weather that we were going to go up against, the boys feel very confident. But, Philly played well, and they made more PKs.
Jesse talked about the sort of value that comes with not stopping and, going full force for this, for the Open Cup just as much as the league. What kind of an impact do you think that has on the team, where every game has mattered and every game will matter now as you go forward toward the playoffs?
I think it brings a lot of value to what we're doing, understanding that nothing is a throwaway, that we want to be the winner in every game that we play, in every competition. And I think this is a mindset that is infectious. And if it continues to permeate throughout the organization, not only this season but the next season, there's no doubt in my mind that it's only a matter of time. It's not if, it's a matter of when we do win the US Open Cup, when we do win MLS Cup, when we're back in the Champions League, because I look at the guys in this locker room and I'll go to battle with any one of them. There's more than just quality in here. There's a lot of character. And I know that sooner or later, as the season goes on, that character is what's going to carry us through every obstacle, every sort of adversity, and eventually it's what's going to allow us to be successful.
Obviously, you're on the
Sorry, guys, my contact.
What did you see from after they went down to 10 men? You guys, it seemed like you just couldn't get a foothold in the game. You were creating some chances, swinging balls into the middle, but just really, couldn't manage to put one away.
Yeah, it's a crazy game because even though we had the bulk of the possession, when you think about the entirety of the game, there weren't that many clear-cut chances. Sure, there were half chances. We pumped the ball in. The keeper made a couple saves. They blocked a couple shots. But when you look at some of the other games, some of the previous games before this, we had clear-cut chances. And it just seemed like we weren't creating those, whether it was fatigue, whether it was the weather, whether they were playing great defense. They seemed to have the answers to how we were playing today.
What was your focus after elimination games before for this team? What do you feel is qualitatively different this time?
What feels different, I think the big letdown is when everyone walked into this locker room today, we really believe that we were going to win. And sure, you look in the past, some of the other seasons in the playoffs, there was a belief, but there wasn't the same sort of authenticity that exists here. And I envisioned in my mind us celebrating and moving on to the next round. Even as we're going to the PKs, I envisioned us being the team on top and celebrating with our fans. And so for it not to work out is a punch to the gut. And I think that's the hardest part is dealing with the result when you so believe that it was going to be the other way around.
Luis, when you see the other keeper doing what he did and made so many big saves, did you feel, while you're saying that you feel you're going to win, he's making some incredible saves against your guys?
John's a young goalkeeper that's come up through the system, and he's done well in his opportunities, and I feel like he's got a big future ahead of him. For him to be able to make some of those saves today was good, and not only does it give momentum to the team, but it starts to instill some sort of confidence that they're going to get a result. So there's a lot of credit that goes to him, but defensively, they also limited our chances. It wasn't like Bradley was one-on-one with the keeper clearly, or Lloyd had a great opportunity in the back post. They stayed organized and they were shifting very well. They transitioned well. They bunkered down. They parked the bus. And whatever was left to deal with, he dealt with.
When a goalkeeper makes one save in a shootout, that's really all you can ask. Did you ever get a good read on anybody else?
That's the disappointing part is I don't just want to make one save. I mean, realistically, sure, I'm not going to save every one, but going into that shootout, when I look at our shooters and the confidence that I have in myself, I really felt like we were going to come out on the better end. Sure, I made one, but it's tough to mimic those situations in training. Even when you do it with the guys, there's still some sort of joking about And in that moment, I felt like the focus was there. I felt like before every single shot I had the confidence that was necessary to save more than one PK, and unfortunately it wasn't there today.
Did you plan to express the significance of, for you going after the Open Cup to higher ups in the organization in terms of the value that you think it held for the team? I know
I don't quite understand the question.
You being in a position of leadership, I'm wondering whether you find it incumbent upon yourself to reach out to people higher up in the organization to let them know the value that you thought there was in going after the Open Cup this year.
I think it's a dialogue that started in the off-season. When we were in preseason, we sat down with this idea of brainstorming goals. That was a priority for us. It was probably priority number 2. We obviously want to be in the final, but more than anything, we want to win the US Open Cup. So, as you can see in our lineup in the 3 games, we went full force. It was our intention every round to not only get a result and move on, but to show that we're taking it seriously. And I'm hoping that this is something that transcends just this season. It continues for seasons on end, because this is the quickest way to Champions League. This is the quickest way to silverware, and it brings significance to what you did over the season. So you can believe that next season the goal will be there again, and we'll continue towards that goal until we achieve it. Yeah, no problem, guys.